Excursion 3 train here at the Disneyland Railroad. For your safety, please remain seated at all times. Keep all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train, and please supervise your children. Make sure they're fully seated on the bench next to you, or in your lap away from those train door openings on your right-hand side. Our next stop will be Tomorrowland Station, but don't worry, we'll get there today.
Hello everyone! Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal amigos y bienvenidos a bordo? Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. Steaming forward into the future to a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, both practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket ships and star speeders, submarines and astroblasters, and, if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a March 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail, and us, are the fun-filled roadways of the Autopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astroblasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
Alrighty folks, we're now arriving at Tomorrowland Station. For your safety, please remain seated until we come to a full and complete stop at the station. This will be your stop for Tomorrowland attractions, including Autopia, the Disneyland monorail, Space Mountain, Star Tours, and much more. Again, please remain fully seated until we come to that full and complete stop at the station, and welcome to Tomorrowland.
Someone was forgetting their wheelchair.
Here at the Disneyland Railroad. For your safety, please remain seated at all times. Keep all hands, arms, feet length inside the train, and please supervise your children. Our next stop will be Main Street Station. Along the way, we're going to travel through the Grand Canyon and back in time to the primeval world. We do kindly ask for you to turn off any flash photography, video lighting, or any light-up toys because it does terrify the pterodactyls. As another friendly reminder, this train will no longer be stopping at Mickey's Toontown Station. If you'd like to get off near Fantasyland, Tomorrowland will be your closest stop when we make the trip around.
Will take us from the fantastic world of the future to the breathtaking beauty of nature's own design, the Grand Canyon. For your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado, tenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías con flash.
That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always this way. Now, let's travel back in time, way back in time, to the fantastic past of the primeval world.
Just as a reminder, please turn off any light outside the breakers to see those sitting around you.
Returning to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle Tour of Disneyland. We hope you enjoyed your travels with us.
Alrighty, folks, we're now arriving at Main Street Station. For your safety, please seated until we come to that full and complete stop. Here at Main Street Station, we do not have any ramps or elevators, so if you have any strollers or wheelchairs, please keep those folded until you reach the bottom of the chair. Again, this is Main Street Station. Please remain seated until we come to that full and complete stop. And thank you so much for choosing the Disneyland Railroad.
Oh no, it's Lilly.
For the Excursion 3, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times. Parents, please supervise your children at all times. And make sure all my little ones are seated away from the opening of the train. Our next stop is New Orleans Square. Again, as another reminder, Toontown Depot is now closed. While we will stop at the station, there will be no picking up or dropping off. Toontown Depot is now closed for the rest of the night.
Yeah, that's what
Welcome aboard
I
the
didn't know.
Disneyland Railroad.
I'm not sure.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop, and watch your step as you're getting off. For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment.
We are now arriving at New Orleans Station. This will be your closest stop for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Critter Country, Adventureland, Prehistoric, and of course New Orleans Square. Please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop. For my guests remaining on board, please slide all the way down those seats so we can accommodate as many guests as possible. Once again, please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop.
Oh, 3 to 9? No, I work 9:30 to 2:30. Let's see if Johnny wants it. Oh yeah, we really didn't hang out with him.
But you will not be getting off, be able to get off. Toontown Station is closed for the rest of the evening. If you're looking to get to Fantasyland, we recommend the Tomorrowland stop.
We almost got to ride it twice. Go there, and then go back to work. Is Dad home already?
With your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times. Parents, please supervise children at all times. And make sure all my little ones are away from the opening of the train. Now, while we are stopping at Toontown Depot again, next, once again, the train station is now closed. So there will be no picking up or dropping off. We'll just stop there just to make sure our trains are nice and evenly spaced apart. And once we hear that other train on the line is at Main Street Station, we'll be on our way. So once again, Toontown Depot will be closed and no one will be exiting.
Just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
We're now entering Splash Mountain, rumored to be the location of the one and only Laugh-In Place. If you look real hard, you just might find it. It's where the critters are celebrating a zippity-doo-dah day. Speaking of critters, this place we're passing over is home to a whole bunch of them. Here in Critter Country, you can join Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Brer Rabbit, and Brer Bear on their fun-filled adventures. As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant, the last outpost in these parts, we're now joining up with the rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see. sharing his stories with those in the Great River Valley below. People like you have been riding these rails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than the months it used to take by mule or stagecoach. Steam power not only fueled these iron horses, but the dreams of a whole new generation as it moved west into this great frontier. Of course, some of those dreams, and the stories that went with them, were pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable. Like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness. Signals our transition from the frontier to another kind of gear, the ones you'll find on Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Our next stop is Toontown Depot, official train station for Mickey's Toontown, a cartoon home where Mickey, Minnie, and all their friends live. Toontown Depot is also the gateway to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you're leaving us here, please wait until the train comes to a full stop. Remember your personal belongings, then step...
We are now approaching Toontown Depot. Please remain seated while the train comes to a full and complete stop. Once again, this station is now closed. There is not picking up or dropping off at this time or for the rest of the night. We're just going to stop here just to make sure our trains are nice and evenly spaced out, and once they are, we'll be on our way. Be on our way to Tomorrowland. That'll be the next closest stop for Fantasyland.
That's so awesome that you guys have that. That you have that.
That's not what my family says. And I don't blame them. I thought I was only going to get one.
Once again, welcome aboard Excursion 3. Please remain seated at this time, hands back, feet and legs, and set at all times. And parents, please watch your children. Our next stop will be Tomorrowland Station, and for those trying to get to Fantasyland, that will be the next closest stop for Fantasyland.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountains. use of a Mark 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail, and us, are the fun-filled roadways of the Autopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astro blasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
We are now arriving at Tomorrowland Station. Please remain seated at all times until the train comes to a full and complete stop. Once again, this will also be your closest stop for Fantasyland at this moment. For the guests remaining on board, please head all the way down those seats so we can accommodate as many as possible. Once again, please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop. Welcome aboard the Excursion 3. Please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times. Parents, please supervise children at all times. And make sure all my little ones are away from the opening of the train. Now up ahead, we are going to approach the tunnel. We just ask that in that tunnel there be no flash photography, no video lighting, and please turn off all light-up toys as a courtesy for the guests around you. Our next stop will be Main Street, USA. And again, for my guests who just got on, once again, Toontown Depot is officially closed for the rest of the night. There will be no picking up or dropping off at the station.
Our journey will take us from the fantastic world of the future to the breathtaking beauty of nature's own design, the Grand Canyon. For your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías con flash.
Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always this way. Now, let's travel back in time, way back in time, to the fantastic past of the primeval world, land of the dinosaurs. coming to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle Tour of Disneyland. We hope you enjoyed your travels with us and that you'll come back to ride with us again real soon. For those of you staying with us, we'll be on our way again in just a few minutes.
We are now arriving at Main Street Station. Please remain seated until the train comes to a full complete stop. For my guests with any strollers or wheelchairs, unfortunately this station does not have a ramp or an elevator, so please keep them folded when you reach the bottom of the stairs. And once again, Toontown is now officially closed for the rest of the night. There will be no picking up or dropping off at that station. Once again, please remain seated until the train comes to a full complete stop.
We're embarking on the Grand Circle Tour